My name is Georgette Wenton, and I'm from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. That big heart that he has is really what I fell in love with. He would tell me several times, "You should just run. You deserve somebody who's healthier." But I didn't. I wouldn't. Jason was standing out in the yard and just shifted his weight and heard a pop in his foot, and it wound up that his foot was broken. A week later, he heard the pop in his other foot, and that's kind of the turning point where his health really started to deteriorate. It happened very quickly. His first doctor's appointment was December 20th, and his amputations happened February 26th, 2019.
I was stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Ended up going to Desert Storm. We were doing explosives, and I crawled through some nasty stuff. I got sick. My immune system has been compromised. The only thing I've been able to be on is prednisone, which on one hand is great for curing things immediately, but when you're on a long term like I've been, decades, it's eaten my bones, and that's what led to my back basically breaking and me shrinking, and ultimately I've lost both legs.
It's the last time that I had any major independence. I realized how many little things that I was doing. I help him with dressing, I help him with grooming, I help prepare meals, I help keep the house clean, I drive him to appointments, I attend medical appointments. It wasn't until he really needed that full-time care that I was like, okay, I am his caregiver now. Memorial Day weekend, 2021, I developed a pain, and I'd never experienced anything like it before. We had a family reunion planned, so I just pushed the pain to the side. 2.5 weeks later, I start with the pain again. But it was at that moment I realized that the pain was associated with my menstrual cycle. They diagnosed me at stage 2 ovarian cancer, which means that it spread through my fallopian tubes to my uterus. I needed to start chemotherapy. How do we manage his health care? Because that hasn't stopped. It was definitely overwhelming, but our motto here is it's just another bump in the road.
Georgette is the rock of our family. Sorry. Georgette's the strongest person that I know. I don't know how she does it. Now that she's dealing with her cancer, she hasn't stopped. She always smiles, and I always say thank you. She always says you're welcome.
The little things that bring me joy is when Jason does have a good day, when he wakes up and he's feeling somewhat decent, and we can almost have a normal life. The first time I heard about the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, my first thought was, I don't know if that's me yet. I don't know if I'm ready to do that. A few months later, I thought back to it and I said, you know what? Everything is put in your path for a reason. And so I made the decision to apply. Being a Dole Fellow has been an amazing experience. You're welcomed into a family. I've learned so much just from being a part of this, as well as what I've shared. There are going to be hard days. This is not an easy path to take. Just remember to give yourself grace because you're doing the best you can. There are more than 5 million of us. We are not alone. We serve our veterans. We serve our country. We are caregivers.